The next video in our power series is compound interest. This video is just an introduction to compound interest. The often told story that when Albert Einstein was once asked what mankind's greatest invention was, he replied, compound interest. There is even one claim that Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. And this is his quote, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. We all might have heard about the snowball effect. They always relate the compound interest to snowball effect. What happens when you push a small snowball down a hill? And what does this have to do with growing wealthy? When you push a small snowball down a hill, it continuously picks up snow. When it reaches the bottom of the hill, it is a giant snow boulder. The snowball compounds during its travel down the hill. The bigger it gets, the more snow it packs on with each revolution. The snowball effect is a metaphor for compounding. It explains how small action carried out over time can lead to big results. The compounding effect is not immediately noticeable, but over the time creates an exponential change curve. Warren Buffett was amazed most of his wealth in later years. He says, time is your friend, impulse is your enemy. Take advantage of compound interest and don't be captivated by the song of the market. And this is his quote. He says, my wealth has come from the combination of living in America, some lucky genes, and compound interest. The net worth of Warren Buffett is an exponential curve. The compound interest what he gained is amazing. He started with 5K and then see the huge wealth what he has got. It is all the impact of compound interest. We also might have heard about this rice and chessboard story. And what is this rice and chessboard problem? And how does it relate to the exponential growth we are seeing in the world today? The rice and chessboard is an ancient story about how our linear brains are cut off using the exponential growth. It comes from an Indian parable about the inventor of the game of chess. So the story goes, the inventor of chess presented the game to an emperor of India, who was so impressed he offers the inventor any reward he wants. The inventor asks for a single grain of rice on the first square of his chessboard, 2 on the second square of his chessboard, and 4 on the third, and so on. The emperor was amazed at the modesty of this inventor's request and thought that it cannot be that much rice. He granted the gift. But very soon he was shocked when the court treasurer reported that by the 64th square, he would need to deliver a huge amount of grain of rice. See why? In this table, it's clear that on the first square, he needs 2 raised to 0. Second square, he raised 2 raised to 1, which is 2. Third square, he needs 2 square, which is 4. And the fourth square, it is 2 raised to 3, 8. So on the 64th square, it should be 2 raised to 63, which is a huge amount. And we have to add up all these grains. So when you want to add up all these grains, we can treat this as a geometric series. The sum is 2 raised to 64 minus 1 by 2 minus 1, which is this huge amount. It is more than 18 quintillion grains, which is almost equivalent to 210 billion tons. We can also relate this compound effect to the current occurring scenario where we have the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases outside China. And we know that this is again an exponential growth. So we have the confirmed COVID-19 cases, which we face now, is in the exponential growth. The same way, when we invest $100, this will compound to a great level when we are investing with 6% interest. It can be at a different level. Maybe you can invest with annual interest rate or biannually, monthly, semi-monthly, or even with days. This table gives us how the value $100 is increased when you're compounding at 6% interest at different levels. The annual value is given, semi-annual, quarterly, monthly, daily, and even when you're doing it continuously. See, on the 20th year, you can see the difference. Just we spent $100. If it is 6% interest, on the 20th year, we'll be getting 320. Whereas when it is compounded, it will be $331.96 if it is daily. If it is continuous, it is $332.01. The other great person, Benjamin Franklin, describes money makes money, and the money that money makes money. That is probably the simplest explanation of compound interest you'll ever hear. The principle here is little decisions and choices made consistently can in the long run make a big difference. In his book, Hardy explains about this. The accomplishment of any goal is the progressive accumulation or compound effect of small steps taken consistently over time. So as we know from finance, compound interest can lead to surprisingly large returns. A penny that doubles in value each day for 31 days end up being worth over $10 million. Similarly, in a life, small changes maintained consistently over time lead to unexpectedly dramatic results. All these things are explained clearly in this book, The Compound Effect, and it is sold in Amazon. So hope you all enjoyed watching this video, which was just an introduction to compound interest. In our next videos, we will explain what a compound interest is and how to do problems related with compound interest. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching my video. Thank you.